Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chop Talk. I am your co-host, Andre C. Joining me here, as normal, is my co-host, the wonderful, the epic. She is wrestling's princess. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
She has marked herself again.
Would-
Somehow I always end up getting more eyeliner all over me instead of on my eye
And you don't
lining
notice it
area.
until we start the show.
Apparently not. And I'm just like, ooh, pose, what the frick? Wow, we're off to a great start. I'm doing great. I spent the day today catching up on World Tag League. Had some interesting matches. Um, Gabe Kidd is a national treasure. Should be
I'm work.
protected at all costs.
I saw it. I saw him chasing a little boy.
Yeah, it is a girl. That's absolutely a
Oh, a
little
little
girl.
girl. I don't know. He was
Yeah.
chasing a child, and I was laughing. Just what I was watching it. It's watching. It's literally a GIF. It's like just playing a few seconds of it, watching it on a loop of him just chasing this child, and I was just laughing and laughing and laughing.
That child was running for its life and
Hmm.
like fair, because like look at the size differential. I mean, that child maybe came a little past his knee.
Not
Good
even.
sprint though. I mean, she got going when she needed to. I think a young lion ended up coming in and like shielding her from.
Might have just been the kid's dad for all we know. Like I don't know. Somebody
No,
protected
no,
him.
no. It was a young lion because I
Was
think
it?
that the parent was protecting two other children that was the obstacle he was chasing them around.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. This is
Wrestling.
this is something I've always thought about for wrestling. Why do you bring little children to shows like this? Like
To scar them emotionally at an early age.
yeah, just as a fan who doesn't come with children and children are
Oh,
running around, I go, God damn children.
we've also seen some interesting things where like companies have let children get in on their wrestlers and start beating on them, which is,
Yeah,
sometimes funny, sometimes not. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We are way off topic. How are
that's
you
true.
doing, Andre?
I'm alive. I've done nothing today. Like absolute like I in so as we record this is Sunday night. It is 8:13 p.m.
Mm,
This is now my third show in less than 24 hours.
it's
Because last
exhausting,
night
isn't it?
because last night I did the Full Gear post show, which was a
Mhm.
blast hanging out with
Yeah.
Lauren and Auntie Collins. That was a blast.
Hmm.
And then got up, we finished that. I think it was like 12 something my time, and by the time I got to sleep, it was after 1. So I think I got up at 7:30, made some breakfast, jumped on stream with the boys, did my predictions. We started early at 8:30 this morning for point of view, and then I relaxed the entire day watching stand up comedy and football and playing football on my TV because Madden. And now I'm here to chat with you, and so it's been a good day.
You see why when you're like, hey, could we do a double recording? I'm always like, fuck no. Do you see? Do you see why?
Not really.
It's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
I know.
fun to be exhausted in a fun way.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm exhausted in a good way, but I don't feel like
Yeah.
I don't want to go to sleep right now, so we're good.
Well, I hope not. We got to get this out before it gets too far removed from my brain because we know this was a fun show, but man, intermission kind of hoopered me up.
It kind of did, and like you've had a busy
Yeah.
day too. You've been watching stuff for the CWC show or the WCW show.
Yeah. Getting ready for the next episode where we're watching the second round, I believe, the second round matches or second round of matches for the Mae Young Classic 2017.
Yeah, it's the
Fun.
first. As I because I was looking for matches for you so you could watch them. It's still in the first round, but it's the second episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what
And why
I
I
mean, I
didn't
should
think
be
that this
used to this confusion because of all the tournaments we go through anyway. So,
and
like, yeah,
why I
we need to
why,
get back on track here, though, man, because we watched an amazing show. As
we
per
did.
CWE always delivers when they come through, and this one was no different. Now that we're
Yeah.
5 into the video.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Rumble to Remember tour from the CWE featuring Juventud Guerrera, the man who inspired my PlayStation ID, Hoovy Juice.
Really? That's
Yeah,
adorable.
I told him at the show, and he's like, "Oh, cool."
Aw, that's nice.
So we kick it off here with a CW Championship match originally scheduled to be Mentallo versus the man hidden behind Big Jesse Youngblood there, Mitch Clark. But Jesse Youngblood replacing Mitch Clark in this match. It's not really a tip touch anymore because we're not right next to each other. But it's the
I
best we
know,
can do.
you put us in a weird I mean, I like the new positioning, it's just harder to do tip touches.
That
So I
is
feel
true.
like I'm breaking my wrist.
Yeah. So I honestly this match was quite short.
Mhm.
So yeah, Jesse with a nice double underhook suplex. He does miss the moonsault at one point. Mental hitting those haluva kicks in the haluva kick in the corner, follows it up with a super kick, and he gets a 2 count. In the end, Mental just kind of catches a roll up on Big Jess, and he gets the win in what was a very short match.
I dig it. I like it.
Yeah.
Kat and I at one point chanting Jesse's facials. 'Cause we love the facial expressions that Jesse Youngblood has. So
He
good.
he is insanely expressive as a professional wrestler.
Insanely. Like, on another level. Like, you remember how Cody Ibushi used to be that kind of crazy over animation?
Mm-hmm.
He has that same ability. And what I like about Jesse is that he doesn't step over the line like Ibushi used to, where it was
Or
like
show.
obnoxiously, yeah, where it's like obnoxiously over animated. It's just the right amount to make it like a ha 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 moment without making it like a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good times, good
I,
times.
I,
Yeah, this
it,
was short, and I was very sad when I had the realization that this was supposed to be Mitch and Love of My Life wasn't there.
it's very true. So we move on to a singles match. This. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
My heart broke.
My heart broke. Okay. But her heart mended a little bit because we got Cody Mack versus Adrien Bamm. Hey, we're big fans of Cody Mack. That's why he healed all
Yes,
of our hearts by showing up. This actual
he did
graphic
one
is for
race.
this graphic is actually for tonight's show on the 24th. But
I was gonna say,
so
well, this isn't Saskatoon, but okay.
because he was supposed to be facing somebody else on this show, but his opponent
Oh,
was changed, and it happened to be Bam Bam. So I just grabbed the graphic for the 24th for the show on the 22nd.
can I be real? I like at one point I turned to you like halfway through this match. I was like, "What the fuck is this guy's name?" And you're like, "Bam Bam," and I was like, "No, but really, what's his name?" I thought you were joking
No, Adrian
because I
Bam Bam
couldn't
Burton.
read. Yeah, I couldn't read he had everyone had they had a nice little Tron
Mm-hmm.
thing where they had like little graphics and whatever for everybody coming in and stuff, and they had their names on it and everything. It worked out really nicely. I could not for the life of me, I don't know if it was just that fooler you gave me at the beginning of the show, but I could not read the text on that one.
Mm.
So when you were saying Bam Bam, I was like, who the fuck are you kidding me, right? Just Bam Bam Fred Flintstone's kid just running around.
I
Taking it
love
away.
how you go to Flintstones and not to
I'm
Bam Bam
old.
Bigelow and not to Bam Bam Bigelow, who's a pro wrestler. I'm wrong. I got the reference. I love Flintstones
I'm
growing up. But
old. Give me a break.
so why isn't the reference Bam Bam Bigelow if you're old? Because
Because I really like cartoons as much as I like wrestling.
so we get into this, and actually we start with our Roman Riggs chant for Cody Mack earlier at
Yes.
the beginning. And a friend of mine, Mike McGuire of McGuire on Wrestling, he had come up because he was working a show the next night at River Cree I think it was an MMA show. He came out and saw the show, and he said he's Seth frackin' Rollins.
That's funny. That is
I
funny.
I
The
thought it
problem
was genius.
is it is. It really is. And like I can see the comparison. You
Mhm.
know, Cody Mack's a little unhinged sometimes, especially when he gets fired up. Um, that being said, though, yeah, I don't know. Like he could be Seth or yeah, Seth Frackin' Rollins.
Yeah.
It could work. He does kind of fly solo. But like, if he's wanting to ever have a rig faction, I don't
It
know,
could
his
be
rig
Roman
pigs or
Reigns.
whatever.
He'll be
Is
Roman
that what
Reigns,
we are?
and he'll be, and he, because we declared that
Yes, we
we signify him
acknowledge.
as our oil
That's
baron.
hard for me too. Jeez.
He is our
Goodness.
oil baron.
Oil Baron. Yes. Jesus Christ.
He
All
is
the things we
our
come up
oil.
with. It's great.
He is our oil baron. Mac can't drop Bam Bam early on, but he finally just goes running like back and forth and does that leaping huge shoulder block to drop Bam Bam. Bam Bam with some big lariats and punches. He actually is like looking at one point in this match. He's like grabbing his hand due to like hurting his hand. I don't know what he did because he was like holding it and like he was hurting it.
Didn't notice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had some really hard strikes though. Like that big boy, tall, got some size to him. Big, powerful boy. Huge lariat in the corner. So Matt comes back with a leaping forearm in the corner, hits the pump kick. He gets him up, but Bam Bam gets off the shoulders, and he hits a lariat for 2. Bam Bam goes up to the second rope, goes for a drop kick, but misses it. And Cody follows with the spear, hits the jackhammer, and I think that was the win there. Or yeah, that was the win. Yeah, yeah.
Because this was what we were debating. We were like, what did he say that the name of the finish was? We can't remember what he said the name of the finish was because we didn't talk to him. We
No,
talked about everything else but the name of the finish.
he told me a while back, but I said I'm not going to remember that. Please send me all your information. He never did. So
ADHD.
Cody, send me your move information. And to any other pro wrestler in the Edmonton area or is going to be in the Edmonton area of shows I'm going to be covering, send me your specific names of your moves so I can get them right on this show. Dalton.
Or don't, so that he can get yelled at for once.
Yeah, I know you've been unhappy with certain ways I've been calling your moves there, Dalton. So let me know.
Calling him out, Jesus.
She's giving me shit
Right
at
there.
shows.
It's
So,
right there.
but I really enjoyed this match.
This was a great match. I love that spear. His spears are always so good. So good. Yeah, this was a really nice power match. I really like the back and forth between the two of them. It's really good. I honestly I didn't know that Bam Bam wasn't his partner or his opponent this night. I can't remember who he was supposed to see.
I didn't download the graphic because I knew it wasn't him, and I knew I could grab the graphic for the 24th. So, looking it up right now because I just have to know because my brain is broken and I'm a broken person inside. But I'll find out after we talk about the next match.
Yes.
And holy crap, did we get an Umino style entrance here?
Oh my God. We got it also a little bit for Mentallo, the beginning, where he took quite a hot minute to get in there. Difference though, Mentallo's music was good.
Yeah.
This man, I gotta tell you, the character work that Danny Duggan does for this character is just
Tremendous.
it's phenomenal. Yeah, he's a character you love to hate him and the hate that he got from the crowd, especially the people around us. How many people would get up and just put the bird right in his face when he was outside of the ring? Like most of our section. The character work is tremendous, but God fracking damn it.
It's that song Across the
No,
USA.
God bless the USA.
No, but it's also it also says
It's
Across the
trauma for
USA in
me.
there. It's
It's
just it's crazy.
trauma.
So he's
It's
facing.
trauma for me. I had to play those music, like those songs, both of the songs that he has. I
Oh,
had to play for marching band. It traumatized me. So like hearing that, I was just like getting flashbacks of freezing my ass off with my freaking clarinet frozen in my face.
we were booing his Titantron because he's using all these pro-American things, and it shows literally shows Hogan ripping his shirt at the Republican National Convention. I was
Yeah.
like, we were booing that. We were booing every God. He did a good job at making you hate him. and he's
He does.
facing off against Chizzled Chad Daniels, who last time we saw him, I'm pretty sure was a bad guy, but it's been a few months, so I can't. That was like in May or June, so yeah.
I feel like he was a neutral character
Hmm.
at that point. He wasn't quite heel, but he wasn't quite face. He didn't have like either tendency.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
Again,
can't
good
remember
back.
though.
Yeah, good back and forth in this match. Duggan and the ref was great stuff because the way he was antagonizing the ref, and there's a point where he's in the ropes and he just turns to the ref and yells, "Shut your damn mouth!"
Was this was this the match where Duggan went to arm drag Chisel and nearly freaking arm dragged the ref as well, just because of how close the ref was?
I think so.
Like I at one point, like I was like, "Oh my God!" I turned to Kat, I'm like, "He nearly got yeeted." She's like, "He did get yeeted." I'm like, "No, the ref." And she's like, "Oh."
And
There's
then
a
there's this.
couple near catches in throughout the night where the ref was just wrong place, wrong time, or too close, where he nearly just got taken out.
There's another spot where early in the match, Chad Daniels gets an armbar on Duggan, and Duggan's like yelling at the ref, "He's hurting me! He's hurting me!" Oh, I just genius work, man.
It
Oh,
is.
oh,
It
it's
very
so good.
much is.
Yeah, both these guys doing a lot of great work in here. Chad Daniels is on the attack, but Duggan gets a suplex into the corner, like literally dropping him on his head, then hits a Uranagi at center for two. We get the
Oh
bear
yeah.
hugs. We got the long bear hug spot. That was a little bit. But Daniels fights out with the clapping of the ears. It hits a handspring back elbow, hits a kick, and then the corner uppercut, and then a drop kick into a suplex. Again, he gets a frog splash. He goes for the frog splash, where Duggan rolls away as Chad tries to get the pin, but Duggan gets a foot on the ropes. Duggan misses trying to hit Daniels with the flag. Just Chad Daniels gets it, but the ref takes it away, and this is where Duggan uh, gets the schoolboy roll up while pulling the tights for the win. And after the match, Chad got a little pissy and shoved Cam the ref.
I mean, to be fair, didn't interfere with the flag until Daniels took it. He just stood there bewildered that Danny was holding it. Then
Hmm.
Chad grabbed it and he was just like, "Ooh." So like the anger I think was fair. Maybe the taking out of frustration was maybe a little wrong. I was too busy being traumatized at that point because that was when they started playing the legitimate marching band stuff, and I was just like, no, future. Um, this was there was one thing I do remember very clearly from this match was the spine buster that Danny Duggan did on Daniels. Oh, you know me, I love a good spine buster. It's just a simple, effective move, but if done properly, which oddly enough is like super hard to do for some reason, when done properly, it looks really fracking good. This was a really fracking good one, especially because he's such a big, powerful guy, and also Daniels is as well in his own right. So be able to do that was just a perfect show of power. Loved it. This
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, I had a really good time with his match. Again, Danny Duggan,
Mm,
love him or hate him, he is such a great and effective heel. Like, just
mhm.
knows how to do the work properly. He
Absolutely.
he understands the assignment. We move
Oh, I love
on.
that you're catching on to the trendy things.
Like 18 years. Like, how many years late though? Like,
I mean, only 6 months, but that's fine. That's fine.
I thought that was older than that, but okay.
No,
We
no,
got a tag. Oh, did I put this in the wrong order? I
no,
did.
no, because this was after intermission.
You're right, because I skipped ahead on my notes. That's why I messed up.
Yeah.
We get a tag team match. It is the feature match of the night. It is Kamikaze and Gabriel Lestat versus Bobby Sharp and Juventud Guerrera. So we get uh was it Juicy Sharp,
Yes.
and Adam turns me. He's like, what are you saying? And he's like, I thought you were saying juicy shart. I'm like, why would I be saying shart?
Why? That's so mean. Adam.
He legit
For
thought I was
shame.
saying it though.
For shame.
Oh, I'm not that
Goodness.
mean to Bobby. I like Bobby. Uh,
Yeah.
There's some stuff in here. Cam getting a nice, beautiful monkey flip to Bobby out of the corner. Hoovy with beautiful head scissors to Cam. Just Bobby with the dose Germans to Kamikaze for 2. He didn't go for the trifecta, so again, Gabriel firing up on Bobby at one point, hits a nice teardrop suplex for 2. He does get the drop kick in the corner, goes over the top, and comes back in with combinacion cabron. Gabe gets Bobby up top, but he knocks Gabe off and comes off with a flying lariat. There's a flatliner DDT combo to Cam, or by Hoovy to both Cam and Omen, and he gets a 2 count on Cam, hitting the flatline and the DDT at the same time. Bobby hits a Zack driver for 2. Cam hits a sunset flip at the end of this. Cam hits a sunset flip over the ropes on Bobby, but Bobby sits down on Kamikaze, grabs the legs, and grabs the ropes for leverage. And referee Cam counts the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Juicy Sharp gets the win.
And promptly abandoned the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Because people be angry.
Hoovy did come back though into the ring afterwards. He did come back to do pose with the guys, but yeah, Bobby just like, screw it, I'm out of here.
What I like is that they were setting up little stories throughout the night. With Daniels and Duggan in the last one, with Bobby and Kamikaze in this one. Are these stories going to be something that are going to be city specific? Is it going to be a tour thing where you got to pay attention to the socials to find out the results? I mean, pay attention to the socials anyway, because then you'll know them the next time they're coming through. But like I'm excited that they set up these little stories, because even though they're not here on a monthly basis like some, they're setting something up to give us interest in, oh, could that be wrapping up at the next show? Kind of want to see that, because, yeah, you kind of do want to see Bobby Sharp take on Kamikaze. So, yeah, and especially like, it's what, November now? Their next show is coming through in February. It's a dropping of a bomb to make you kind of go, I think I want to go to that.
February 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the right date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that they're setting that up, because honestly, they're doing more than some places that run locally, monthly. It's so easy to just set something up, figure it out.
And then actually go through with it in the next show, unlike other promotions.
Yeah. 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 So we'll see if we'll see how it goes, or if it's going to be something they wrap up on this tour, if it's going to be something that they use as a donut on a string, so to speak, to bring us into the next show. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. We move on. After intermission, we came back. It is a 4 promotion match with Goose representing LPW, Styles representing Real Canadian Wrestling, Martens representing what?
PPW?
Another promotion, and then Vance was representing Cam M. So yeah,
Okay, so maybe PPW. He wrestles at
could have
Pure
been
Power.
PPW, could have been PPW, but yeah, all the different promotions. There are a bunch of different promotions represented in this match.
What about
We got
CWE? Could be representing CWE too.
no, but they were representing that in CWE. So we get Mr. Beefy Goodness, Vance Nevada, teaming up with the headline Shaun Martens to take on the Canadian Goose Kyle Shaw and the Boogie, Steven Styles. Yes, he wore a jacket out to the ring that literally said the Boogie on the back of it. The Boogie, like a booger, like a boogie.
Like BOOGIE?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So
So
Steven
he's a
Styles,
boogie, oogie boogie. I thought that's
well, since
Ooga.
I guess
Ooga is Shaun Martens, and he's boogie, Ooga, boogie.
he gave away the Steve. He broke up. He's not part of the Steves anymore, so he's got to be the Boogie.
Oh, right. Right. They went through a divorce, didn't they?
Yeah,
Merciful,
but
I'm sure.
but the thing I was gonna say, he's kind of stealing Martin's gimmick with the Ooga Booga because that's way too close to Oogie. The Boogie is way too close to Ooga Booga, which we did get an Ooga Booga in this match, which made me very
Yes,
happy.
we did.
So they're working over Styles for the first while here. Vance gets a PK so hard to the back of Styles that Vance Nevada fell over.
Yeah. Kat
Uh,
and I started laughing. We're like, did he just trip on the guy he just kicked?
they kicked
That's
him
not
so
something you
hard.
see every day.
They kicked him so hard he couldn't get his foot back out from under Styles. He probably got caught in Styles' back fat and he fell over.
Jesus Christ. Andre,
I shouldn't be
Jesus.
talking. But it's probably what happened. Yeah, so Martins and Vance
May
working.
I? I have to say though, I really liked Vance's boots.
Oh,
They
so
were
good.
like spray-on shoes from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but like the wrestling boot edition. It made me happy.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, they keep Goose up for a while, but Goose does eventually Styles does eventually get the hot tag to Goose. Goose in with those bionic chicken wings to Vance and Martins. Styles he starts whipping Styles into Martins and Vance in the corner, and Goose hits a Death Rider on Martins, but Vance Nevada breaks it up. Martins ends up crotching Goose up on the top rope, and we get the Power and Glory top rope suplex elbow drop combo, and Vance Nevada picks up the win on the Canadian Goose.
Hmm. Very obvious that Martins and Nevada work very well together and have partnered well together, knowing exactly when to kind of do their tag stuff, come in without the communication. We saw Nevada several times go over to the corner on the outside, take out Goose before Styles could make the tag out to him. Very good tag team work between Martins and Nevada. Not to take away from Styles and Goose, they've been working together for years and years. They had a really good match. Unfortunately, just not able to outpower um, Martins and Nevada here. Still a fun match though. A really fun way to lead into the main.
Yeah, very much so. So we did move on to the main event of the show, and it was the Rumble to Remember. It's kicked off. The first two entrants were Cody Mack and Danny Duggan, who had a good little showing there. Then Bobby Sharp makes his way out, and he chooses to join the dark side. Keeping the dark side going, I guess. And he works with Danny
They have
Duggan.
cookies, damn it.
Yeah, they work over Cody Mack. Bobby holds Mack at one point while Danny does the big wind up into the punch, and I was like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Ouchies. What do you mean? Oh yeah.
yeah,
Kool-Aid man.
number 4 is the Canadian Goose. Goose honking his way all around the ring over and over, then honks his way in, gets tossed out, and honks his way back out of the match with Andreas celebrating Goose getting eliminated super fast. Not me,
Oh, you're
Andre.
so mean to
Andreas.
Goose.
I
So mean to
wasn't celebrating
Goose.
Goose being eliminated. Andreas was.
Shame on you, Andreas. Go on a side quest.
So out number 5 is Cat Von. Cat comes
Oh,
in. Bobby and Cat hug. He tries to eliminate her. She fights back. Bobby does end up sending Cat over the ropes and knocks her to the floor, eliminating her. I'm like, oh, you might have to worry about that a little later, sir. Um,
doghouse. You know it.
yeah. Shaun Martens is out next, and he is very much just outnumbered here by the heels. Max chopping the hell out of Martens. He's fighting back. He runs at Martens, but he gets backdropped over the top, and Cody Mack is eliminated.
Mm.
So in number 7, we got Adrien Bam Burton, Bam in Wrecking House. Doc and Martens out, like literally punches him out with a with with a knockout style punch, and this is where you see him grabbing his hand after, you could see that he came in holding the hand and then knocked Martens out with the bad hand and then grabbed his hand again, but then he gets
Mhm.
grabbed and dumped out by Bobby Sharp.
Mhm.
So out number 8, Kamikaze. Kamikaze comes off the top, taking everyone out just immediately. He does the skin the cat spot at one point, and then
Mhm.
he skins the cat again, grabs Bobby with the head scissors, pulls him over, but they both end up going to the floor.
Mhm. Mhm. It's like Bobby went first and was like, as Cam was trying to untangle his feet from his head, Bob just kind of grabbed him and pulled him off with him, kind of deal. They both ended up fisticuffing around out of the way because they there was someone about to come in.
Yeah. So out number 9 was Steven Styles. He comes in running
That's
roughshod over
one.
Duggan. Comes in kind of running roughshod over Duggans and Martens. He gets a double corner splash onto both men. He ends up dumping Martens over the top for the elimination. So Martens is out of this match. Duggan right now is the Iron Man of this match.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
go right now going from end to end. Um, Out number 10 is Jesse Youngblood. Number 11
Mhm.
is Vance Nevada. He comes in, dumps Styles. Oh, as Styles is trying to eliminate Big Jess Youngblood, Vance comes in and just dumps Styles over the top, and Jesse hangs on. So he survives, but Styles gets eliminated.
They were
Um,
beaking back and forth a lot also, so it seems like there's yet another story kind of being set up there as well.
mhm.
Love it.
Yeah, out number 12 is the CWE champion, Mentallo. Mentallo hitting haluva kicks to Vance Nevada and Danny Duggan. Out number 13 is the Omen Gabriel Lestat. He ends up low bridging Jesse over the top rope and kicks him off the apron to get the
Mhm.
elimination there. And then out number 14 was Chizzled Chad Daniels. He gets the double back handspring elbow to Vance and Danny. Chad hits a Rough Rider to Omen, but Omen comes right back with a Death Valley driver. Chad ends up lariating Omen over the top to eliminate him. Mentallo tosses Vance over the top to the apron, hits the super kick to eliminate him.
Mhm.
Chad Daniels trying to eliminate Danny Duggans, but Duggan's kind of like half over. He ends up yanking Chad Daniels over, eliminating him, and gets back. And Danny gets back in the match. Danny kicks Mentallo low. It goes for the toss up.
Mhm.
Mentallo reverses it. Reverses the momentum, tosses Danny over the top, and Mentallo is your winner of the Rumble to remember.
Yes. Yes. This was fun because this wasn't like sometimes you can see some of these matches get into this chaos and not the glorious kind where no one knows where they're going or what they're doing and they're just standing there waiting for things. This was not the case in this match whatsoever. Everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone had a purpose, a thing that they were doing in this match. There were never too many people going into the match to a point like where because like if you get too many people in there, it can start to feel overwhelming on where to pay attention and you can miss some
Mm,
very cool stuff because you're too busy looking over here. There was just the right amount of things happening in just the right places that helped everything kind of flow together and not feel like a clusterfuck.
mm,
Um, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I had some realizations in this. One, Mentalo can get his foot really fracking high for those
mm,
the kicks. Holy shit. Uh, two, um, Vance Nevada, remember the first couple times we saw him come through with the CWE tour? And we were
mm,
like, he's kind of like he's a little stiff. I don't know what he's done in the last little while. Maybe it's just him working a lot more, wrestling a lot more, but he seems a lot more mobile, a little bit more limber, and a little bit like it wasn't hard for him to yeet Steven Styles out of the ring when he just ran up and because Styles was fighting him, fighting to not be eliminated. He
mm,
still yeeted him with ease. So like that's a big boy to try to yeet. So yeah, that was impressive. Um,
mm.
what was very interesting though. was what happened after the match. A little kooky. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sorry, I was just fixing something. So after the match, Chizzled Daniels makes his way back out, and he attacks Mentallo. He goes to use he has this like golden chisel, look kind of gold to me, the actual chisel itself, or brass or something.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
And he goes to hit Mentallo, but the locker room empties, pulls them apart. Everybody like going to the floor, and Mentallo over the top with a tope con hilo to the floor, but cracking his head on the apron coming down. I really hope he's okay. Like, oh man, that looked rough.
Yeah,
Oh,
it did. It yeah. It was a little concerning. Goose doing his best to rally the crowd, to rally Mentallo, and I appreciate that.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, this kind of loops back to what I was saying earlier about the stories. Because did you notice who was watching as this was all unfolding? The first and only kind of person standing there simply observing was the one who pissed off Daniels originally in the night, Danny Duggan, just observing as he does,
Mm-hmm.
like a lurker, just watching, right? I wonder what this kind of means. Again, does this set something up for Daniels, maybe potentially teaming with Duggan and going
Very
after
possible.
Mental's title? Yeah, does that happen this tour? Does that happen on the next tour? Is that something they're going to save for us for when they come through on February? I'm very curious to see what happens because, like I said, they've set up more stories on this show in one night when they've only come in every cut like what 3 or 4 months.
They haven't been here. So I think it was May
I
with
think you're
this
right.
Savio Vegas because it was February for franchise Shane Douglas, and I think it was May or early June for Savio Vega.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So they don't come through terribly frequently. So I'm curious to see again if this is a story that they save for us the next time they come through, or if this is something that'll be kind of dealt with on the rest of the tour. I think is wrapping up this week.
May
So
9th.
we'll just
May 9th was
cool.
the last time they
Yeah,
were here.
probably just check right when our last job was.
No, I just looked at Vance Nevada's cage match.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Um, But yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of happens with it because you know how I love my stories. They're what really do draw me into something. I do like the idea of a show having at least one good, solid story that has some kind of fluidity to it. 'Cause there's like some companies that don't have any at all, and then there's one that just has the story that just drags to the point of redundancy. And it's like we don't care anymore. You
Yeah,
know? I want to care
Sheik
about
versus
this.
Richie Rage. I watched that match almost every show at PWA for over 2 years. That's a story that I got really tired of.
I mean, I'm pretty sick of seeing Mitch Clark take on the Omen.
Yeah, one more time in December.
You know, it is what it is. I mean, people are comfortable wrestling who they are, and sometimes they just have better matches with the certain people that they do.
Yeah.
Um, is what it is. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, though, back to this stuff. I'm actually very interested again in the stories. I want to see where it goes. I want to see what they kind of come up with because, especially like I said, they just started them this night, created interest. It's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
It's what wrestling should kind of feel like.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this show. Like CWE, I think they've delivered the last two times we've been. They've delivered. I think Francesca and Douglas show was fun, and then the Savvy Vega show was even more fun. This show I had a blast at, like just
Mm-hmm.
watching all like just the great matches they put on here. It's been phenomenal, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
CWE has really like again. I wouldn't say anything is a match theater contender, but everything just was so enjoyable and fun
Mm-hmm.
and interesting because they gave you reasons to get invested in these characters. Just in the few minutes that you got from
Yeah.
each match.
I find that like you can look at like a wrestling show almost like a flow chart, right? It starts at a certain point and it either goes up or it goes down or it goes up or it goes down. And you kind of end up with this little blippity, 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 blip thing. It's very rare that you can find a show where it hits that certain level and coasts on that really good quality level and just dips up and up. And I feel like the CWE shows, they actually consistently are great quality shows with great quality storytelling in the matches that they do have the predominant storytelling. Because they do have some matches that are just matches. Like Bam Bam versus Cody Mack. That was just a match, but it was fun because
Mhm.
they made it fun.
Yep.
They told their own little thing within the match that made it enjoyable. Whereas the thing with Danny and Daniels, that was a build into an actual solid thing that is going to transcend the match and hopefully the tour. Because I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, so the next time the company will be back in Edmonton, at least, is February 22nd with Rage in the Cage. We're getting a cage match on that show. We're getting the return of the cage on that tour. So could it be a lockdown type situation where every match is in a cage, or is it just the main event in a cage? We don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, could that be the culmination? Or culmination? Is that the right word? Daniels versus Mentallo?
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
I think so.
Be interested to see that.
Yeah, so we've come to the end of another episode of Shop Talk. I want to thank you for tuning in here and I want to thank CWE for letting us spot. We got the be a sponsors on that show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting us be involved in it. I'm really looking forward to next time, February 22nd. We're going to be
Yes.
back. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. You can find me,
Oh, the Horde loved it.
the Horde. Come join the Horde. That's all I got to say.
Join the Horde. They loved it.
Yeah, Jason. The Come and check me out on the X and Blue Sky at that Canada guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melville Wrestling Talk, and you can find me on our YouTube page, youtube.com/ at Andre Melville Wrestling Talk. You can also find mine and Melville's stuff when we're covering Japanese professional wrestling over there on the A Plus Productions wrestling feed, apluswrestling.com. Hit the A Plus wrestling feed over, or it's just aplusproductions.com, and hit the A Plus wrestling feed to add it to your podcast catcher of choice. You can also find me over on twitch.tv/our local summer stream, where this past weekend, I did 2 shows already over there, Point of View and the Full Gear post show. You'll find me there this Wednesday night, where we'll be on Marvel Talk with my boy old Ed, and he told me the special guest this morning. I can't remember who it is. We have a special guest we're going to be reviewing on our MCU Rebound show edition of Marvel Talk. Black Widow, where it belongs in the timeline, when it should have come out originally. We're doing it. We're doing that movie then and there. You can also find us over at on Backbreaker Video or Mike Simulcast, all of our stuff after the fact. You can also find him live at twitch.tv/Mike the for all his AEW watch alongs and all the great gaming content that he is doing. Very busy guy right now. And you get replays of his gaming content, youtube.com/ at backbreaker_gaming. Melball, where can they find you?
If you wanted to follow Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy, every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not. And then we'll let you know on social media. This Friday will be a pre-recorded episode because there is an RCW show happening at the same place that we just saw CWE. So we are going to be attending that show with some familiar faces on it, hopefully. It's going to be a blast. But we will be still live at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. You can also catch me on Monday on our new show with Auntie Collins, no relation, and the natural Astra Pizarro, where we do the women's classic wrestling, where we are in the process of watching the first Mae Young Classic tournament from 2017. We're going to be watching the second episode, which is still the first round. It is all kinds of confusing. But if you're a wrestling fan, just come along for the ride. We will be discussing all of that Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Where else? Where else? You can also find me on Astro Bizarre's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Where's the Ladies Wrestling Showcase?
I don't know. Where is it, Melball? We don't know. Where is Ladies Wrestling Showcase? We haven't. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Astrid has been dealing with a lot of work stuff lately. However, she has caught up on a lot of things, and I am hoping to steal her away from the love of her life for a little bit to be able to talk some ladies wrestling soon. So stay tuned to our socials to find out when that is coming out. We can move on to.
I was gonna say I didn't know Ed was the love of her life, but okay.
No. Feel that disturbance in the forest? That was Astrid trying to force kill you. If you're wanting to attend a CWE show, we will leave a link in the description box below. If you go to cwecanada.ca, is that the right website? cwetickets.com?
I checked it right before I put it in there.
Perfect. Excellent. So you can go to the link there to purchase tickets for the next show. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank y'all so much for joining us here, except for you, Jason. I love you, Jason. I love you, Jason. I kid. Still a little perturbed, but I love you. So thank you all for joining us here. Whether you're watching on Andre Mo Wrestling Talk or Backbreaker video, thank you so very much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us out to your friends, family, and all those people that like to dress up in cool costumes, except Jason. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Again, you don't need to share it to Jason because he already knows. That's why I said it.
It is true. He already knows. He has a sign. We signed the sign. Mm-hmm. Ding dong.
Love you, Jason. Love you, Jason. Love you, buddy. I know he'll be watching this episode because he missed the show, so he'll be wanting to catch up on it. And so I have to throw a little.
He makes it to the outro.
Yeah, he will. He will.
That being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Adrien. We will see you next time. Mwah.